Hey guys, welcome back to Travis RC. This is a little bit of a doozy. Of course, I haven't posted a video in a while, and a lot has happened since then. I got married, and we had a monster truck at our wedding, so that was super rad. I've been doing a lot of monster trucking. Went on my honeymoon in North Carolina at the Outer Banks, checked out Digger's Dungeon, which is super sweet. Highly recommend if you've never been. Not a lot going on the RC side of things. So, of course, I have the two LMTs, which are both right here. And I have the x-maxx, as you guys know, and I also did have the TRX4M. We traded the TRX4M for some monster truck fiberglass pieces, which are really cool. One of them being like a Gravedigger headlight, which I want to get wired up and put it somewhere in here for a display. That'd be super rad. Why did I get rid of the TRX4M? Crawling just doesn't do it for me. I don't find it exciting enough. There's not enough action. Nobody around me really does it anyway. And if there was, I think that might change things up a little bit. But outside of that, I decided to get rid of these two LMTs. Why? I want to get into 8-scale buggy racing. I think I would enjoy racing a lot more than just general bashing. I don't have anybody else around me that also really gets into RC cars or bashes them or what have you. And granted, I don't have an RC track that's very close, but when I'm not monster trucking on the weekends, I think I would get a lot of enjoyment out of having an 8-scale buggy and taking it to races. Now, there are a couple tracks that are within a reasonable drive, one of them being Rick's Hobby Farm in New Richmond, Wisconsin. Up north, I believe in Lake Superior, Wisconsin, or at least in that area, there's a track, and there's a few others along Minnesota. And there's a couple also if I go east in Wisconsin. So I do have to drive a little bit to get to one, but I think I would get a lot of enjoyment out of getting a buggy, building it, and competitively racing it. And I think that's where I'd have, honestly, a lot more fun is on the competitive side of things. So with that being said, we do have a plan in place for the Mountaineer LMT and the Wildside LMT. There's somebody lined up to buy both of them as of right now. And then once the funds are kind of all collected from that, I'm going to go ahead and order my first 8-scale buggy, which is also going to be my first RC kit build. And I think what I'm going to go with is going to be the Tekno EB48 2.2. That, based on the reviews I've seen, I really compared that to the Team Associated, their current 8-scale buggy. And by all accounts, it seems like the Tekno is kind of the easiest to drive out of the box. It seems like it just goes where you want it to go. It does what you want it to do without a lot of setup. And the reviews that I've seen basically show that you can just take the out-of-the-box kit setup that's recommended by the manual or whatever, and it's just going to work for you. So obviously there's going to be some tuning depending on the track that you're going to be on and whatnot, and there's a lot that I have to learn. So my question for you guys that are into 8-scale or into racing, I need suggestions. I want to know what you guys suggest for motor ESC. Right now I'm leaning towards some sort of hobby wing, probably ESC and motor combo. It seems like 1900 kV right now is super popular amongst racers. And it seems like a lot of people used to run up to like 2200 kV, and now people are kind of dialing back a little bit. I did ask one of the tracks, or the one that's closest to me in New Richmond there, Rick's Hobby Farm. They said 1900 kV has become the most popular option. They said that they do have guys that run Tekno cars also. So if I need any help with setup or have any questions on setup, there should be somebody at that track that can lend a hand with that. So motor ESC suggestions, battery suggestions, what else? Steering servo suggestions. I mean, those are kind of the main things. For the time being, I'm going to run my Spectrum DX5. I'm going to keep this. It's not going to be going with the sale of one of these. I think this will be a good one to at least get me started, and I can always go up from there. So I have the transmitter. I'll get a receiver, obviously, to put in the car too. I'll figure out what tires people are running, at the couple tracks that I want to run, and obviously start with that. There's a couple tools that I'm going to need to get that I don't already have, like shock pliers, 17 millimeter hex wrench and that sort of thing. So just basic stuff. So I need to organize this whole workbench, this whole general area, and kind of get it to help me with kind of what I'm going to be transitioning to. For now, I think I will be keeping the x-maxx because it is fun to have a basher, especially something like that, to take to the monster truck shows, which I have done a few times this year. I just completely made the spur gear explode this last weekend in Ionia, Michigan, hitting a big monster truck jump, which is fun, but unfortunately I landed upside down. Spur gear exploded, and that's the way she goes. So with that being said, guys, like I said, as my light almost falls, we work on that too. The LMTs are gone. Tekno 8-scale buggy's coming in, and we're gonna go racing. And I don't know when my next upload's gonna be, but once I basically have a good idea of what all I want to order for the 8-scale build, I'll make an update that I ordered it or that everything's here, whatever the case may be, and I want to do a little series of the buggy build. I think that would be fun. And yeah, like I said, if anybody has any suggestions, I'll take all the help that I can get, because this is a new world to me, and I'm excited to kind of dive into it and start to learn and have some fun and see if we can't be competitive at a couple of these tracks as we start to learn and get opportunities to practice and whatnot. So with that, guys, that's the big update. I'm very excited for it, and I hope you're excited and that you'll check it out as we go along. And like I said, I know the channel hasn't been very active in a long time at this point, right? But these are the new goals that we have, and like I said, we're going to have some fun. So appreciate you guys checking out this video. We're going to see you in the next one, and we're going racing.